there, guys. It's Mia here. I am so excited. About this live today. I'm going to teach very simply today your unapologetic yes to your best year yet. Your unapologetic yes to your best year yet. And I've got 8 simple points to really support you for this upcoming year on being unapologetic, the things we need to be unapologetic about in order for us to say yes to the things that will change our life. I'm Mia Redrick, business and life consultant, and I started my company a couple decades ago. I've coached thousands of women over the last 20 plus years and shown them how to be giant for themselves. And this live is going to deliver. I promise you, if you want to end your year, begin this year with a bang, this live is going to be absolutely for you. My goal was just to think about what is it that would allow any single person to be able to capture the parts of their life that they haven't said yes to, that is the thing that's getting in the way of the great life or the things that you really desire. Let me just jump right in. Today, the live is very, very simple. Your unapologetic yes to your best year yet. And these are the things that have been getting in the way of you being able to step into what I call your next level or your next level of elevation. So if you're ready, I want you to write, I'm ready, Mia, because I'm going to bring this wholeheartedly. It's going to be a quick live, but there are 8 simple points. Share with your friends, share, because great friends share, right? Those are the only people I want in my world. Number 1, the first thing that I believe that you need to be unapologetic about saying yes to is making sure that you're not settling for what doesn't serve your highest good. Let me go all in on this, okay? If we want to live our best life, then one of the things that is so important is not accepting settling, right? As anything that doesn't serve your highest good, anything that doesn't bring you joy, anything that isn't about, that's not aligned with you being your great, most magnificent self. Now, I want to tell you that sometimes we become so accustomed to settling, it becomes part of our mindset that you don't even realize that you are settling. So here's some subtle things that you can notice if whether or not you are settling. Like maybe it's something that you're doing at work and you like what you're doing at work, but it's a settle for you because you know that you're not doing all and being all of who you really are. You're not using your highest level of skill and talent that you desire to. I know I'm talking to someone right now, and you've been thinking up until now, I need to make a change in my profession, but the money's good, right? And you've got safety. But what we're talking about today is being unapologetic about your yes, the things that you need to just say, you know what, 100%, in order for me to have the best year that I want to have, I want to let go of settling for what does not serve my highest good. That also might be situations or conditions that you've accepted that, you know, like literally they are lower than what you deserve. And as a result of that, you need to let them go. Somebody write hashtag let them go, because in order for us to step into what we want to say yes to, we also have to let go of the things that no longer serve our highest good. And I literally like to use that as a litmus test for myself. Like, does this serve my highest good? Is this situation serving my highest good? Does this person serve my highest good? And if it does not, let it go. Hashtag let it go. That is one of the most important things in order for you to invite in for yourself what you truly deserve. Number 2, your unapologetic yes to your best year yet, I believe, is also about you thinking about relationships, having reciprocity. And I know women are sometimes really guilty of this. Many of us are, where you have a relationship where you are the person, you are the go-giver, you're the go-getter, you're the person that you're adding value in all kinds of tremendous ways. But when you really think about it, if you just sat back for a minute and said, if you weren't rowing the boat, is the boat rowing? Is the boat moving? Okay. And if it's not, now is a great time for you to have perspective around the relationships that add value to you. I believe it's not tit for tat, but I believe that you've got to have relationships that have reciprocity in them, that just the same way that you want to make sure everything's magnificent and great for others, that there are people who are looking out for you and wanting the exact same or more for you. That's what makes life great. And we're talking on this live about what we want to be unapologetic about in this upcoming year so that we can say yes to more. Now, I want you to think about this. You may even be saying, well, Mia, how does reciprocity in relationships relate to me saying yes to myself? The truth of the matter is, when you are surrounded with people who make things easier for you, it makes it a lot easier for you to say yes to yourself. Think about it for a second. If you're the person doing every single thing, you're probably exhausted at the end of the day because you are the person sowing the seeds, doing the work. And when you look around, you really think, man, I've done all these things, and you're too tired to do anything for yourself. So this year, really decide for yourself that you deserve more, and reciprocity is really, really important. It can even look like maybe whenever you go out with friends, that whenever you go out and you do exceptionally well, that your friends don't pay the bill. Like it could be that you're the person always footing the bill. Look at ways in your life, in your world, and look at the people who are in your world who benefit as a result of your generosity, and they don't actually provide the same, right? Or in some other way. Like I said, it doesn't have to be tit for tat, but it's important to have relationships where people, everybody's rowing and everyone wants you to do well, and as well as you're providing for them. Number 3, we're talking about saying yes, right? And to your best year yet, and being unapologetic about just getting by. Just getting by, all right? And what I mean by that is, I have the fortune as a business coach and life consultant to work with women who often are doing well for themselves, right? So they have the job, they have the title, they have the reputation, they may have the prestige that goes along with it. They have the illusion of what success is. But the reality is they're just getting by. And I often say, sometimes when we think about broke, you can be broke at a high level, right? You can look good, can smell good, but on the other hand, you know that there is more for you. You're just getting by. And you know this because the thing that would take your breath away, the thing that you really desire, you think it's so far away. And that might be that special vacation, that might be the savings that you want, that might be to be able to fund your kids and to go to their ideal school. You have to say no to the things that you know would really serve your highest good, because you've accepted just getting by. And I know this probably steps on somebody's feelings, but somebody's toes, but my only goal here is just to shake your shoulders a little bit and say, look, all of the schooling, all of this expertise that you have to trust yourself to know you can do this. And yes, you can create a transition plan and start that business that you've always wanted to start, but you can't with just accepting the status quo, accepting just getting by. And if that has been your mindset, it's now time to shake it off. Hashtag shake it off. If you're watching the replay, hashtag shake it off. You can post it here. Number 4, okay, your unapologetic yes to your best year ever. Number 4 is not being fully expressed. And I will tell you for sure that one of the reasons people don't live their best existence is because inside of you is this person, this with these skills and talents and this dream and this vision and the things that you think about that you want to do, and you write about them, and you may even talk to friends about them and family members, and then you just don't do them. And you find that in your life, you're not fully expressed. You're not being all of who you are. My entire life changed the moment that I had the courage and the bravery to decide that, listen, I don't care if this business that I want to run, if it doesn't make sense to any single person. I don't care if I decide that I don't want to do like a corporate thing or a conventional work path. I've got to follow my heart. I knew that I had a calling on my life to support women, to get them to be giant for themselves, to show up for themselves, to stop making excuses, to hold them accountable, to show them how to package all of who they are in many aspects of their existence. And I got to tell you, after having coached so many women over the years, they come me often, and they'll say to me, well, I can do this one thing, but not this thing, because someone's told them, like, you can't be all of who you are. Let me tell you, that is not true. And if you want to start saying yes to yourself in this upcoming year, you've got to be unapologetic about being fully expressed. Now is the time for you. There's no better time for you to come out of the closet and let everyone know what is it that you really want to do. And you do that not by making an announcement, but by doing it, right? By showing up for yourself. I remember when I made the decision to be a mom coach. And this is 26 years ago, when mom coaching wasn't a word. And so many people would look at me and think I was going to be like a soccer coach or something like that. There was a director at a small business resource center in my town, and he said to me, like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, you would do better like being like a trainer, but like what I did professionally before, but not like a mom coach, because who's going to buy that? And I just knew that that was the vision and calling of my life at that time. And that's how I launched. And you know what? I did it anyway. And I'm so grateful that I did. In doing it anyway, many great things happened. One, I ended up getting signed to a couple Emmy-nominated, nationally syndicated television shows as the mom strategist, coaching families on live television. Two, I ended up doing a number of strategic partnerships with large corporate brands, leveraging my books and my systems to change the lives of moms around their own their own self-esteem and self-identity. So important. I, as a result of that, was able to coach hundreds of women around my systems to show them too that being a mom is one of the many roles that we play. I want to encourage you to be your unapologetic self. If you want to have your best year yet, now is the time to be fully expressed. Now is the time to do what you are called to do. You know what it is. You've been doodling about it forever, and now it's time to take those actions. Are we clear? And if we're clear, I want you to write, we're clear, me, okay? And number 5. Oh, this is so good, okay? Number 5 is all about not giving yourself what you truly deserve. And women are really guilty at this, all right? And I want you to think about this. We are great at giving everyone else everything that they need, right? In fact, often known as the person that in our families that everybody comes to get their needs met. Am I right? Or am I right? But I want you to think about, are you as loving and compassionate with yourself as you are with others? Do you give yourself exactly what you need? Do you exceed your need? Hashtag exceed the need. Do you? All right. And it'll be interesting in seeing you guys comment here, because one of the things that I know is that often we don't exceed our own needs. We exceed the needs of others because of our hearts. And it's so important. But we're talking about what are the things that we are going to be unapologetic about implementing in this new year in order for us to be able to say yes to ourselves and not giving yourself what you truly need. One of the things that I realized years ago was that the more I stepped into my highest version of myself, the better I was able to, my family they were the benefactors of my success. And the same is true for you. And a lot of times we get this twisted. Like, I have women who, when they're thinking about making investments in themselves, they think, I'm taking resources away from my family. And maybe you said exactly that. In opposed to understanding that, like, whatever you do for you to grow you, your family will benefit as a result of your growth, right? Give yourself what you deserve. Give yourself what you deserve the first time. Give yourself what you deserve without question, without doubt, without feeling guilt, because at the end of the day, your family benefits from you, well, emotionally, you being happier, you being more fulfilled, your growth in tremendous ways. They benefit from those things. And think about it the other way. If you don't make the time for those things, your family never gets to know all of who you are. And what a tremendous disservice, right? Like, to live a life and your children never really knew that, what your special talent was, because you didn't have the courage to show up for yourself. Number six, and we're talking today about your unapologetic yes to your best year yet. And number 6 is convincing yourself that you've got it. I'm going to repeat that. Convincing yourself that you've got it. Listen, you got to give that up. And that is probably one of the greatest weaknesses that I see in smart, capable women who are highly actionable. It is this idea, this notion we have because we are competent, we do achieve a lot, that when we start a business, for example, that I got it, so we stay and we look at all the webinars, we sign up for all the courses so that we can learn ourselves how to put things and build things, so like funnels and landing pages and, this whole sales process. And I will tell you that it's one of the things that's getting in your way is convincing yourself that you've got that. That is not what your zone of genius is. Your zone of genius is your ability to create results for others. It is not you building a landing page and staying up all night doing it. Yep, I called you out. Okay, it's not. And even if you don't realize the gaps that you have, because it might all look so beautiful, you're not a professional at these things. And when you're not a professional at these things, you miss stuff. And it's flat true. I think about the number of times people come to me who are the implementers in their business. And they'll come to me and say, something's not working. And then I'll look at what they're showing me, a landing page or something like that, and review it and say, well, you're missing, your call to action isn't here, or this link isn't working, or, the copy isn't really well done. You got to understand, this is one of the things we've got to give up in this upcoming year. This idea of you convincing yourself, you've got it. No, I got it. I'm writing it. I'm doing it. Okay. All right. You're going to understand that when you make that decision, you're putting off your results and you are deferring what your success can look like. And I'm not, it's fact. Like, think about your last 3 months or last 6 months. If you knew what to do, you would have already done it. All right. And you've got to understand at some point, in order for you to hit your goals, you got to stop convincing yourself that you can do these things. And you got to understand that you're wasting your time. And number 7 is not having a team for you, right? So I think it's important to be unapologetic about having a team for yourself. That might be your therapist, that might be your coach, that might be your mentors, that could be a whole host of resources, your friends. Let's just really thinking about, like, who's on your team in this upcoming year. No one can do anything all by themselves. And I certainly have it in my life. I've had tremendous resources that I've invested in at the highest and tallest level. I'll talk about that in a minute. And I've also had friendships that I properly vet to make sure that they're the kind of people that I would love to have in my world, that I can grow from and learn from. I know my circle is important to my success, and I take it very seriously. And I'm always really surprised by the number of people who don't have a team. And they don't have a team. They don't have, like, they might not even have a team of people that could, like a virtual team, or someone that can just post something in their business for them, or design something in their business. They're the ones. They've always got their hands in every single thing. And it is the thing that's slowing you down. It's the reason why you aren't where you want to be, because it's just not the right mindset. People who achieve great things delegate. We all leverage, right? Like, and if you're not doing that in your business, you're missing out. And I want you to let that go in this upcoming year, and really start just checking yourself and saying, am I doing too much? Right? Who's on my team? Who's making sure you're great? Do you have your personal trainers? Do you have your naturopath, the doctors? Do you have your therapist? Do you have your coaches? Can you call these resources out by name? Who's on your team? And if you don't have a team, start thinking about who could be on your personal team so you can grow. And then think about inside of your business, who's on your team? Who do you call to get things done? Right? And they don't have to be full-time people, right? But who are the folks that are reliable, that can get the things that you want to get done, right? And then number 8, your ambition level and above. Are you unapologetic about associating with people your own ambition level and above? And I can't say more about, this is something that is near and dear to me. I love creating communities. I'm really great at it, of women, the same ambition level and above. I attract go-getters, women who really want to see other women win, and they understand and value that when someone else is growing and they're in that environment, they're those are people asking questions. Their growth really, really supports them as well. And that to me is something that's super important in my journey, to be able to curate that for women. Do you have that? Do you have a circle of women, your own ambition level and above, not people who are jealous of you? You know, the moment that like you start creating great success and things like that, you want to have people you can share that success with without pulling it back, without feeling like you're being braggadocious. See, if you're running with people who are already running and they're your ambition level and above, they welcome your success. Do you have that? It's important. In this upcoming year, it's so important. I just saw an interview, and I didn't see like the whole interview, a part of it, but Oprah was talking about you can't have any friend in your world that is jealous of you. And I found that to be true, that when you surround yourself with people who may be coveting what you do, who are jealous of you, it's just a matter of time before those people try to do something to you, or they're just holding back something that you deserve, right? Because of their jealousy and their insecurity. You deserve more than that. And you deserve a bigger world than that. And I'd love to help you find that for yourself. And then number 9, you being unapologetic about investing in yourself at the highest level. And you know, I was going to talk about this. And that's so important. And I see people who come to me often, they've made these low level investments because everything is free, or $97 or $3.97. Or they spend a whole week or 5 days with someone with the promise of a reward. And instead of being intentional, like intentionally saying, look, I need strategy in my business right now. Like I need strategy. I don't know, I know what I want to do, but I don't really have the strategy. Invest at the highest level with someone that's very strategic, that's helped other people be able to achieve that. Or maybe it's that you aren't sure on your plan, like what you should do. If your approach is the right approach, make an investment at the highest level where someone can really give you some insight around what you're doing, instead of like, these this low level thought leadership. And it's interesting because sometimes when I speak with people who have had that mindset of low level investing, and they're just accumulating what they believe is knowledge, but sometimes keeping you busy keeps you out of action, right? Like when I do my one-to-one private consulting with clients, it's very strategic. Like I am telling you what I know you need to do and you can implement. They can get off of those calls and literally immediately implement what I'm talking about, because it's direct and it's specific and it's for them. But those things aren't $97. And you've got to understand that if you've got a $97 plan in your business, it's the reason why the business isn't where you want it to be. All right. You are your number one investment. And I think it's time to be unapologetic about giving yourself every single thing that you need. If you see someone hosting masterminds that you would dream to host, you need to invest with that person. If you've seen someone coaching individuals and they've got a large number of individuals they can demonstrate that they've created success for, and that's something you desire, you need to invest at the highest level with those people. If you see that there's someone that's running a webinar and you're like, man, that's amazing, like what they've been able to do, or a master class or anything like that, and you're like, this is what I want to do, you're going to have to invest at the highest level so that you can get the support that you desire. And I hope that there's something that I've said to you today that really is shaking your shoulders for this coming year. We talked today about your unapologetic yes to your best year yet. And I'm all about it. And if I can support you anyway, I'll put a link here. You can always book a strategy session with us where we'll help you package what you do into figure out what the gaps might be around how to build a brand of you, how to package what you do into a high value product, how to price what you do, to fully value the results you create, how to market, position yourself, right, as the obvious choice, and not just be selling what you do and competing on price, because people don't come to me because of price. They come to me because of the results that I create. Right. So I'm not trying to compete on. I could care less that somebody has the same title that I have. I could care less that they copy my marketing. Can they create my results? Do they have the results toe to toe? Likely not. And that's what people will pay you even top notch. I teach my clients equally how to sell and close. And so book a strategy call with us. They're about 15 to 30 minutes. And we give you some insight on what next steps could look like for you to be able to package what you do into a high value product online or offline. Now, here's the catch. Don't book the call if you're not ready, okay? Because we're not about working with people who aren't ready. Book the call if you are ready, meaning that if that call really addresses what the gaps are for you, you're ready to take that next step, all right? Because then you're not wasting our time and we're not wasting your time, all right? So today I want to recap really quickly. We talked about your unapologetic yes to your best year yet. I'm all into it. Number one was settling for what doesn't serve your highest good. Come on, we're going to let it go. Just write hashtag let it go. If something, a situation, individuals, circumstances doesn't serve your highest good, ask yourself, does it serve my highest good? If it's not, let it go. Okay, stop holding on to things that pull you down, that drag you down, that don't let you be your highest and tallest version. Number two, relationships without reciprocity. Come on, guys, we're not doing this, all right? You want to have relationships in your life where there's reciprocity. And often when you are a go-giver, I know, I'm calling you out, you don't even realize it because you're giving so much, you don't even realize that there is no reciprocity, right? All right, number three, getting by, all right? Just getting by, all right? So sometimes we have jobs, they make, you might be earning six figures, but it's not where you want to be yet, okay? But you're just getting by. You know it. It's not allowing you to do the things you really want to do, to live the dreams that you really want to have. But, you're comfortable. It's time to release that. We're talking about becoming unapologetic to having your best year yet. And you can't live your best life accepting the life that it doesn't fuel you, it doesn't stoke you. You know that there's more. And I'm calling you out. Number four, not being fully expressed. Okay. So we're going to be unapologetic about doing things that don't allow us to be all of who we are. Okay. And that's for those of you who are my coaches, my consultants out there. And you've been saying like, I'm ready to do my thing. I don't see anyone else out here doing it. Right. Because you're meant to broker that thing. All right. And stop looking for confirmation. Stop looking for validation. Validations for parking lots. We need you. Okay. We need you to have the courage and the bravery to show up. Are you going to do it? All right. Are you going to do it? All right. Number five, not giving yourself what you deserve. All right. So this idea of playing small, accepting less, you know what I mean? Not giving yourself everything that you need is the thing that is not allowing you to have your best year yet. All right. Let's be unapologetic and release that. Give yourself exactly what you need. Give yourself exactly what you need. You deserve it. All right. If this is making sense, you guys type this is making sense. Number six, convincing yourself that you got it. Now, listen, I could do a whole talk about that. All right. Because this notion of these smart women, I got it. I'm doing this. I've got this, I'm doing. It's like, what are you doing? Okay. If you haven't done it successfully, you likely need to have someone walk with you through doing it. At least every time I've ever had my biggest and greatest wins, I was not sitting in a lab trying to teach and coach myself. And if you have this mindset, because you're like, whatever, right? You got to let it go. You got to let that go. It's one of the things that's getting in the way. And I promise you that your ego is not your amigo. You are smart. That is amazing. But when we talk about you and your funnels, your landing pages, when we're talking about you and your sales process, you can't hear yourself. Do you understand? You could have every single thing right, but it's the things that you don't know that you can't see. And sometimes we are too smart, right, for our own good. And I just want you guys to hear my heart on this one, because this is one of those things. I work with intelligent women who they're awesome. But you got to understand, this is not work. This is not what you've done in your profession. You're talking about running a business. You need some accountability. You'll run harder, okay? And you want to make sure that you have some insight into what you're doing so you can course correct along the way so that you don't spend 3 months building something that won't work, all right? And then you convince yourself that the idea that you came up with was not a good idea. It is a good idea, but you need some help. All right, number 7, not having a team for you, like your therapist, your mentors, your coaches, like your doctors, like who's on your team to make sure you're solid, you're rock solid. And that could also be your business team, right? Like if you're this person, you're building the landing page, are you telling me that you want to hit six figures or more with what you're doing and you're up at night building your own landing pages? Really? Okay. I've never built a PowerPoint ever in my whole business. And I've been in business for 26 years. I would never, because I don't make my money from building landing pages and funnels. It's my ideas. It's me in front of my clients. That's what my zone of genius is. You got to know the difference. And if you don't know the difference, it's the thing that's getting in the way. You need a team. Okay. If you don't know how to build a team, I'd love to show you how. Also, number 8, your ambition level and above. Making sure that you surround yourself with people that, they just do things that you marvel at. And they will make you grow in this upcoming year. And if that makes you feel insecure, then I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to people who really want to be around people that own ambition level and above. They want to speak a different language. They want to act, they want to take different actions. They want to learn from people who are out there doing it, not people who are whining about doing things, getting ready to do things, about to do things because they do nothing. Okay, nothing. Okay. When I talk to people who do and accomplish things, they tell me what they've accomplished. And when I talk to people who aren't doing anything, they tell me what they're getting ready to do. And I want you to think about who are you. And number 9, investing in yourself at the highest level, which I'm 100% into. At the end of the day, you are your number 1 investment. And this idea, it sickens me, guys. Like when I see people like, are we serious? The $97 investment, right? Or $200 investment, $397 investment. You're investing in yourself at the lowest level, and you want the highest level result. Now, make it make sense. So, could somebody make it make sense? Okay. Can you imagine that I want to have 6-figure plus years? I want to get myself free. You know what I mean? I want to control my life, but I don't want to invest in a solution, all right, with someone that's proven, right, to do that. I instead want to invest at the lowest level to learn the highest level result. Do we believe that? That's like me saying I'm going to go to a car dealership and I want to get the most amazing sports car, but I want to spend $100 for it, or I want to spend $1,000 for it, but I want it to be top of the line. And maybe no one's called you out about it. You're thinking, you know what I mean? Maybe you want to justify it because you spend more money, you know what I mean, getting maybe the shoes that you want, the bags that you want, and all of these things, okay, that won't do anything. Instead of building the business, investing in the business that will fund all the things that you want, the fun stuff, all right? But, like I have no, let me calm myself, okay? I have very little tolerance for women who don't understand that self-investment will save your life, okay? That means that anything that's going on in your life, any challenges happening, any choices that you need to make, when you grow yourself, okay, and you are thereby able to create a successful business, no matter what comes your way, life happens no matter what, but you put yourself in a better position to solve it. And this idea of you guys at this point looking at all of this Walmart strategy marketing, all of this Amazon pricing marketing where everybody's selling what they're doing and giving it away for free. You do that and you see if it works for you. It's not going to work. You choose that for yourself, you're going to get that, because all that is a upsell. You need to invest in a full solution right out. It's the reason why you'll never see me offer you something for $97. I don't offer it because at the end of the day, people pay me for results. I create amazing results. So my clients pay me in full for what it is that I do because they want a result. And I hope that this shifts your mindset. Whether you work with me, you work with someone else, I put a link here if you want to book a call and you're ready to change things. But you got to be investment minded to change your life. You got to be giant for yourself. And are we clear? You see, I get a little fussy around that because literally I don't understand where people are. Do you guys not see what's happening in this world? You're talking about you want to build a multiple 6-figure business, replace your income, create a transition plan, and you're investing $200 in what you're doing. Come on, let's change that, and let's change that right now. All right. So that's what I have for you today. And I know that this live was spicy, but it was for you. And I hope that this supports you in some way, and showing up for yourself in bigger and taller ways. And let me just check. I think my internet, let's see here. Let's see if it went off. Let's see if you can hear me. See if we got, oh, if it went off. Okay, so you can hear me. I just can't see it moving. Okay, so that's fine. All right, so I hope that there's something I said that shakes you on the shoulders. I'll post the link once again for your convenience, and make sure you you sign up for a strategy session. I'd love to support you this year, right? Say yes to yourself. Let's figure it out. It's time. You've seen the results. We have so many incredible results, if I say so myself. And I'd love to support you also in being able to make that change. You are the change. I'd love to support you. All right. I love you guys. Happy New Year. All right. I love you guys. Have an amazing day. Talk to you soon. Bye. Let's see. Are we having technical difficulties? Let's see. Yes. All right. I'm going to post this link here, and have a great and amazing new year. I love you guys. Have an amazing day.